Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. We are here on The Hunter Call of the Wild. Many of you that are here that already know, you're returning to the channel. Thank you for supporting, even though you likely do not need this video. But those of you that are new to the game or are just looking to start over with a pretty good leg up, I appreciate you being here and welcome to the channel. Absolutely. Now, is this going to be the definitive way to make all the money and all the XP in the game? No. Is it a super easy way to do it? Absolutely. Now, with over 7,800 hours in this game, when I'm live streaming, I have a lot of people ask me all the time, what is the best way to make money? How do I get started? I'm new to the game. What can I do? And it's always pretty much the first thing most of us all say is go to Emerald Coast, go after the crocodiles, get this, get that, right? So this is the way to show it, so I can at least drop a link and help those people. So if you're here from that, you found it, thank you for checking it out. Absolutely. Now, we're going to need 3 DLC for this to do it this way. There's other ways to play the game, but this is for these 3 DLC. You must have one. A second one is super helpful, and the third one is just a life, making it so much easier on life for you. It's all about the life, right? Quality of life. So Emerald Coast is what we got to have, guys. That is Australia. We're going to need that because that's the only map currently that the crocodiles are on, and that's what we're going to be going after. The second DLC you would need is the high caliber pack. You don't have to have this. Any gun that's 7 to 9 will work, but because the AR shoots so smooth, low recoil, and it's just a great weapon to have, it is a really good rifle, absolutely. But the 300 AR, it comes with the 4570 handgun, which is a great little handgun. Nice and lightweight, gives you a big power for a little lightweight weapon. It also has the 10 gauge shotgun, so it gets you a shotgun right out of the gate that you can use a scope on. And speaking of scopes, to make your life easier, that quality of life, it is the scope and crosshair pack, guys. And that gets you a night vision scope right away. It also gets you a handgun and shotgun scope for that 10 gauge you just got. And any handgun in the game, you don't have to level up your handgun or shotgun. You got that scope right now if you want to use that. But we're after the Odin. That's the rifle scope in that pack. It is a really good rifle scope, zooms in really far compared to the base game scope that you're going to start with. This is going to help you get those kills and harvest much quicker right out of the gate, especially for these crocodiles. So I highly recommend all 3 of those. They're currently on sale on PlayStation till 11/6. They always go on sale randomly when new stuff comes out, so look for that. But I'm talking about PlayStation right now. They're $3.99 for that Emerald Coast, $2.50 for the high caliber pack, and $2.99 for the scopes and crosshair pack. Now that's USD, of course. That's $9.50 for these 3. It's going to give you a ton of entertainment, but if it's even at full price, it's $18 full price. You're going to get more entertainment value, in my opinion, out of that $18 than you are going to go to the movies to go watch a movie with, you know, refreshments and stuff. So that kind of value is a ton, in my opinion. That's what I always try to tell people. Look at it that way. How many more hours you're going to get out of that? But it's not for everybody, and if it ain't for you, that's just fine. But you're going to need it to do what we're going to do here. So we got to start a new game, guys, and we're going to be heading over to Hirschfeld. And the reason Hirschfeld over Leighton Lakes is because the roe deer you get to shoot right off the bat, you're going to get more money because it's going to be probably a cleaner kill because he's a class 3 animal versus a class 4 that the whitetail has, which might run on you. We should be able to get this roe deer down quick and make that money. And then we're going to go on to changing out our loadout to all the DLC stuff that we got, and which includes the tents. If you are on console, you get the tent pack. This is mostly for console players. If you're on PC, you're going to need tents to do what we're going to be doing for sure. You don't have to have them, but it's going to make your life a heck of a lot easier, that is for sure. So again, we're going into Hirschfeld. We got to start our new game here. We got to go over here. We're going to make our character just really quick here. What are we going to go with? And we're going to go with Hirschfelden, and let's get in. Alright, so we have dropped into Hirschfelden here, and we need to get down in here. Now what we've got is a 243 right here. This is what we're going to take him with. All this stuff's going to go away mostly except for our binos, because of the DLC stuff what we've got and what we can carry over over in Emerald Coast. The only other DLC you might want, and this is if you're new, you might not know this, but the Modern Weapons Pack gives you 3 ARs, the 223, the 308, and the 22. That's going to help with the 300 that you already have now. That's going to cover class 1 to 9 on everything. That's going to give you easy weapons right out the gate. If you're new and you just want the limited amount of DLC you can get the Modern Rifles Pack. That is another DLC with 3 weapons, and you're going to be set, like totally set. So we just got to come down here, find this track, and then we'll end up shooting a roe deer up the hill here. And we'll collect that because we need a little bit of money so we can buy those 300 rifle rounds so we can start shooting our crocs. Super easy. We got a track here. We're going to pick this up because that's part of what it wants us to do. Locate a track. And we should see a roe deer right there. And this roe deer here, we made him alert, didn't mean to do that, but so it's kind of showing us, they do this new thing, it shows you the vitals inside when you're new. So we'll just go ahead and do this. If you see up in the top right corner, it's estimated 70 to 100 yards, and we know the base zeroing is about 160, so pretty much dead on. We're going to be fine. We're just going to grab this with a little bit of a little bit of our heart beating over here. Alright, we got our roe deer. He died right here, so we're going to go ahead and pick him up, and he's going to give us 458 in cash right there. And we're going to go ahead and click don't show this again because we don't need to see this every time, right? And close out of that. We've got our 458 in cash, and now I'm getting a little bit of XP here, our first steps, all that. We've now got 1,458 in cash, and that's going to get us our bullets, or our bullets, our rifle rounds, our rifle bullets. Now you can go up and grab that tower if you want, but we have to get over here to the main outpost, which is just up here on the map, right? And we want to grab that outpost so that we can change out our loadout. That's where we're headed. You can get this if you want, but that's up to you for XP and stuff. Alright, so we are here at the outpost. We traveled up. You could get that little antler back there as well. There was a POI on the way, plus that lookout area. That's going to give you a little bit more XP. I'm just trying to do it. You want to grab those on your way. I'm just trying to do it to save me from having too much XP. I want to start with the crocs. So we have to grab this in order to get to our storage here. And now we can change our loadout, which means we can put our tent in. Now we control our storage. So what we're going to do is go here. And we have to go to the store first. We have to find our 300. That's what we're looking for. I know I got all kinds of DLC, but this is what you're looking for. Our Xenia 300. We're going to go ahead and buy that. It's free because it's DLC. That is the weapon that we need for that. If you do have a bow already and you've already been playing, or you have a bow DLC, you might want to throw a bow into your gear, because then when you get crocs that charge you, you can level up your bow a little bit, shoot a few arrows, but that's after you get enough money to buy the arrows, right? So we're gonna go down here. We need our rifle sight. We're gonna get in here, and so there's your angler, which is the night vision scope, but we need the Odin right here. This is all we need: the 300, the Odin, and then we need our tents and stuff, which I think they're already in the storage, aren't they? Yeah, because we already own them. Yeah. So we want to put our tent in the storage as well. So what we need to do is we got to clear out all these weapons and stuff and this weight. We don't need this. We don't need this. We're going to grab that. So we have our 243. You do have a 270, which would work on the crocs if you really don't want to buy the rifle DLC, but man, it's going to take you a little while. But we got the 300 here. And we're going to keep that 243 because we could shoot some fox. So we got our 243 bullets. We need to get rid of our 357 and our 12 gauge bullets. Let's go back over here to this store. We need our 300 rifle rounds. So go down to 300s. And we're going to want, you got 300s with 21 penetration and 300s with the 42. The polymer tip have the 42, so that's what we're going to go with. They are 950 bucks. We only have 1458, so there's 10 bullets. That's all we got. So we got to be careful shooting these crocs. We got to make sure that we make it count. so we can at least make those first 10 count as we slowly gain XP and money. Well, quickly, but you know, at first it takes a little bit. So let's go ahead and grab those 300s, put those in our group, and throw our Odin over there. Get rid of the Ascent, which is the scope we don't really need. We can get rid of all this weight here. We don't need any of this to shoot crocs, right? We don't really need the scent. We do need our binos. We'll keep those. Now what we want to do is throw a tent in here. Now to throw another tent in here, it's going to be too much weight. So once we put one tent down, then we can grab another tent and take it with us. Now, if you're on console, you start out with these 4 tents plus the blue one we just picked up. You start out with 5 tents plus some other blinds and things like that. But you do start out with the tent pack on console, so that's what we're going to be utilizing for sure. Now, we are going to look at our loadout here, go to our inventory, and put our weapons on the wheel where we would like them. And we just need, we got our binos, we got our sights, we need our tent. That's all we're going to need right here, because we're going to take a 4-wheeler and run across Emerald. So there we go. So we can put our rounds and our scope on here, our 300, and then we can add our new scope over here to the 243. So he's all set. Now we are all set. We have our 243 for the fox that we may see, but our 300 is going to be for the banting and obviously the crocodiles. That's what we're after. So now we're going to ready to leave here, and we're going to head over to Emerald Coast. We're going to get on it, get over to the beach, and we got to save all those rounds for these for the crocs, because we don't want to be getting distracted on the way. So I'll see you in Emerald Coast over in Australia. All right, welcome to Australia, guys. We are out here on Emerald Coast now, and this is where we start. This is the start of the map. You can see it's brand new. Our mission now, crocodiles are all throughout here, up through here, some up in here too, but our main mission is the beach. You can see the sand here on the northern part of the map, or northeast side, that we're headed here. And we're going to try to, based on my map on my main account, where I know the heaviest pressure is, because I have it set up for grinding some crocs, we're going to have a tent. We have 5 tents. We're going to have one here. We're going to have one about right here. And then we'll have one over here. And then the last 2 will be right here and then at the end down here. So we can get from the end to the front. And what we're doing is we're going to set a tent here. We're going to come out. We're going to shoot crocs. Bam, 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 bam. The key, guys, is to not pick them up unless they die on that right there next to you. But you shoot them a safe shot in the lung. Once you get to where you got more money and more bullets, you can shoot them in the neck and things like that. But we want to shoot that safe lung shot. They run off into the water. They will expire later and then float to the shore. So if you sit and wait on them, you're wasting time, and that's what matters in this. So we want to keep shooting. We'll get our tents laid out as we go, and we keep shooting, pick up the ones that die right away if we get lucky, and then work our way all the way around here till the end, get that done. And then once we're done, we fast travel back to the first tent and start it all again. Well, the second time through, we'll be picking up and harvesting those bodies from the first time through. But right now, our goal is to set a tent down. We're going to grab a quad, and we are going to haul butt over to here. That's our mission. Now, you guys can do anything you want along the way. You want to go get this tower, you want to get outposts and things as you go and work your way over here. Absolutely, level yourself up. But for this video, we're going straight over here, and we're going to start with the crocs. So that is what we are going to do. So we're going to get our tent down. We're going to set it. We're going to go in here. We're going to quit running. We're going to grab a quad. And once it's out here, there it is. We're going to pick our tent back up. And then as we lay tents, we'll have to grab new tents. And we are headed off to the beach. I will see you when we get there. Now, there's the outpost that's closest to this. You can see it here on the map. Now, because I know that 500 yards, I don't know what it is for meters, but 500 yards is like the spook radius for the quad for animals. And right up here is the beach. That's where we want to be. So we're going to head that way on foot now and get our tent down. Well, hopefully shoot some if they're there and then get our tent down. Now what we could do now is to make sure we want our time. Now what I like, we'll go ahead and put a tent real quick. I like to have the time 1100, but what is that going to cost us? 188 bucks. That'll be fine. We'll go ahead and make it 11:31 is fine. I just, that's the time I like. That costs us a little bit of money, but it is a time we want to be at. I like 11 and 1700. 11 or noon. And then I like to run that a couple runs, and then I like to go to switch it to 1700 when I'm on my last tent, and then come back to the first tent at 1700, 1730 if you want. But that allows the banting that are drinking out here plus the fox. So now you get fox, you get banting, and you get the crocodiles. Now the banting will run in herds, and hopefully we'll get to see some of that if we got any on the beach that we can shoot. They just kind of run by you easy, especially if you have a tent and you spook them out of it. They just kind of trot by and you can just shoot them and make a ton of money in XP that way as well. So I'll see you when we get to the beach. And we'll start to come up over the beach here, and we may or may not see some crocs in here. Doesn't look like it here yet. Oh, there we go. What we're after. That's money, money, money. And you'll have males and females through here. For some reason on my main map, I went through and shot the males out of these mangroves up here and then down here. And somehow all my females swapped out with my males. So my beach only has males. So I don't know if that's a thing. You might want to give it a try whenever you get time. But that's just a little side note bonus. But what we want to do here, we're about 100 yards. We want to take out as many of those as we can. There's 3 of them there. See, now we start going down. Look, we got 8, got a 5. So they're, you know, they're going to get a little bit alarmed. But now we don't have the breath and everything. But you know what? Each one of those is 10 bullets or more. So that's how we're going to look at them. They're bullets right now for our XP. So we are a level 1 still at 430 XP total, 320 bucks in our pocket, no skills, no perks. That's how we are when we got here. So we would take our 300 right there with our 10 rounds and make them count. So when we hold our breath, we want to make sure we take a nice safe long shot right behind the heart, or behind the shoulder right there, right? Grab this other one maybe. No, they're gonna run. We can get one of them. We got to make our shots count. Otherwise, I'd just be shooting the heck out of them. Like that one right there. Nope. Got to watch our heart rate because we are new. But they are money. We don't want to make it not count, right? There we go. There we go. Nice long shot. We got a lot of recoil. And we'll let that one go. We can always get it later. So they're going to go off and die. See, this guy's already dead. Look, there's money. Money. You don't even have to think about it. Money. But before we put our tent down, we probably want to get those guys because we're gonna spook. We don't have a very good angle on them. Would like to get a profile shot here. Well, let's try to take a nice long shot. Now this is where the Odin helps us. The Odin helps us with this, you know. So let's go ahead and grab. Oh, that's the problem when you're new. The heart. The heart. Gotta make those shots count. I'm trying to get a little extra, right? Let's see if we can get this guy. Should be good. And this guy here, he's not gonna want to give it to us. We're gonna wait our heart to get all the way down. Maybe he'll give us a side shot here. But this is what we're gonna be doing all the way up the coast. So once we get a chance to put a bullet in him, see how much money we can grab off these guys. Now normally we wouldn't sit and wait for them. We're gonna shoot, keep moving up. We got a fallow glitch him because we spooked him. We're gonna shoot, keep moving up, and keep moving. Now he's just gonna face us, and we don't really want to waste our bullets on a frontal shot. So let's see if we can get right behind his shoulder right there. Maybe we get a lung out of that, maybe not. If nothing else, he'll die later. But looky there, that is money right there for more bullets. So that is what we're after. So the key here is to get our tent down. This is our starting zone. We want to be back up in here, so whenever we fast travel back here, hopefully there's crocs out here and they just stand here and look at us. It's a thing with the crocs, they'll do that. So we only have 5 bullets left, but we're about to grab 2 crocodiles. Let's see what that does since we didn't grab anything in the game. $1,000 cash right there for this male. He's just a 5, so we'll grab that. We're leveling up. We're gonna get to do something with that. Another almost $1,000 right there. Hopefully that other one we shot right here will die soon and come floating. But what they'll do is they'll die and they'll just float right over to the shore. We don't have to worry about it. We can get them the next time we come by. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab. In the store, we're going to go down here. We're going to grab those 300 bullets. The most valuable thing we got right now as we're starting out is these 300s right here. Whatever we can buy, we're buying. So we got 25 of them. Our mission to head up and place our tents. And that's the other thing we do. When we place a tent, we got to grab a tent. Go to our storage. Go down here. Grab the first tent we see. Put it in. Now we're ready and we can drop it at the next spot, which likely is, I'm thinking we're gonna go for right there in that dip, yeah, because that is a hot spot, at least on my map. Now what's gonna happen is it might vary. I suggest putting them there for now until you get more money for more tents if you want, but I have 15 tents on mine up there running along the coast. I recommend that you put them there and see how it goes. And if you have a pinked out hot spot, you don't have to worry about pinking out your zones and having too much pressure with the crocodiles, because they're just going to keep coming. It doesn't matter. So wherever those heavy pink spots are, that's probably where you want to put your tent. Maybe it's going to be different on your map, may vary, right? So I'm going to head up here. I'm going to start laying tents, and you can see we already got another one right up the way. Nice and easy, good time shooting these things. It's a lot of fun, a lot of XP, and when we get done with this run, then we'll see where we are XP wise and level up, and we'll do that with you guys. Now you'll see on that one, I just took the safe lung shot. I could have shot for his neck, but I went ahead and took the safe lung shot. Look, he's already expired. If I go for that neck and I don't get it, he runs off, I waste a bullet. Now that's something we can do later. We certainly can do that later. We'll go ahead and grab that. Free money, just sitting there. Onward we go. Get him to stop and holler. Give him that lung shot right there. And just like the last one, he already died. I'm stopping about 160 yards because that's what the natural zeroing is. So I can just aim dead on. And they're just nice and calm. They're just calmly just letting me do it. So here we go. Now you can see this guy went aggressive on us, so we know he's coming for us. We don't really have to be too cautious with him. This isn't always the best thing because they get real close, and if you don't get a vital, you know, I'd rather have shot her from a yardage, but we'll go ahead and mess with this guy. Once he comes up here, we'll kind of sidestep him, try to get a lung shot right there, and we don't have it. Alright. Maybe we'll just give him an extra bullet in there. He'll be one we can come back later. Hopefully we got something to rip up through the backside, but... And we got the female aggressive too. That's just wonderful. Gotta try to lead him a little more here. The problem is our zeroing. Gotta get down. Yeah, that'll die. It's not a vital, but it's an organ at least. She'll die later. She'll be money later. As we can see, she and he already died before I could even get away. So that's fine. We'll deal with that later. But right now, we've got a place to put our tent. At least one of our decent hotspots. This is probably from Banting. Banting probably running out here in the open and I'm shooting them. So you might want to put it back there. But for now, we're going to do it right up here. So let's go to our inventory. Get that tent out there. And put her down somewhere over here, nice and out of the way, which means we got to grab another tent so we don't take off and forget it, because that would be horrible. Another one in our pocket. Off we go. And mark our next spot, which looks like, I'm thinking, out on the point, right up in here. This is usually really pretty good. But again, it may vary on your map for sure. Now we got this guy out in the water. He's already fleeing. He's probably about to dive when they do that. He ran off. Yeah, see, he's about to dive. You can't shoot him there. I could have shot him when he was up on top, but we'll get him another time. But he most likely didn't like the old tent back there. See, as a new player, you could be walking through the woods right now. You could be looking for deer on the opening 2 maps. You could be not understanding why they're running away, why they're spooking. We're brand new. We don't have anything going. You know, couple DLC. Life is good with couple DLC. Alright, let's grab another tent. And let's grab the pink one here. We got 2 tents left and 2 spots we're going to put them. Now, again, as you make enough money, you can buy your more tents and you can start stacking this whole beach. You can stack this whole beach and tent, jump right to the best spots, come out. When you come out of the tent, for whatever reason, the crocs, they just kind of stand there like, what are you doing here? And then they let you shoot them. It is so fun. But this is all we have when we start out. And again, PC, they have to buy the DLC. So if you're on console, this is kind of an extra blessing for you. Now, when they expire, they float to where you were when they expired, usually, while you're in the area. So, we are gonna probably get somewhere where we can pop out and shoot either direction. So, let's just go for here with our tent placement. Grab one more last tent here. That is it. And we got all of our free tents taken. Now, she's gonna float down that way. That's fine. We'll get her another time. Real quick, let's buy those rounds. We don't need to keep forgetting that. We are up to $11,000, not counting the money we done spent earlier. It's still on our first run here, guys, all the way up to the top. And let's get them 300s we already got. Buy as many as we can. What else are we gonna do with it? Look at that. We're already up to 100 rounds. I still got money in the bank. Not even all the way up. You're not gonna do it that quick on the base maps. You know what I'm saying? The DLC makes a world of difference, obviously. All right, we got a little bit more to go here. Up and around that corner over there, and then we'll head back and start her again. One thing some of you may notice that is different for me than yourself, possibly on console, the controller. I have swapped my square on PlayStation and R1. So what is that for you guys? X and RB. But R1 is my spot and interact, whereas square is my, like, where I change the range of your rifle if you got zeroing. But I like to use R1 because I don't have to take my right thumb off. See, when you're aiming and you're trying to spot stuff when you're moving, you have to take that thumb off and you can't move to spot with square, right? Or X, or whatever it is on Xbox, you know what I'm saying. So I can use the trigger and spot, bam, bam. I can keep moving, spot, 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 right? I don't have to take my finger off. So that is just a button swap. You can map your buttons much easier in my opinion. So So that is something you can do. One of our friends thought about doing that and showed me that, and I am so grateful to her for that. I believe that was Canine doing that with me. And let's go ahead and grab this girl here real quick. Shot before she turns and spins. That should be perfect, and we'll get that. But that is a downfall that I've always had, and you're always hitting square and you end up going into the camera or whatever, right? So now you can just hit this R1, but if you hold R1 you're gonna whistle, don't forget that. We'll go ahead and grab these bodies since they're floating to us so fast before we get up around the corner. Make a little more money, a little more XP. This is gonna be a little longer video than I thought because I want to show off what you can do in pretty short amount of time. I will, since we're up here, I will wait on them. We're going to go ahead and put our tent down. Nice little spot in here, isn't it? Come out. Probably want to be back here so we can shoot these guys and then not mess with those guys around the corner up here. That way they don't spook or run off too much. If we fast travel up here, because the point of this, so fast travel up and come right out and shoot them quick. If we spot them way up there, we're like, oh, we can fast travel right on top of those guys. That kind of thing, you know. That's our last tent. There we go. We have 2 skills, 1 perk, 10 grand, plus another 3 grand in there probably. There we go. 1 run through, $12,000 plus 100 rounds. Don't forget that. That's like 10,000. So plus a couple hundred or more than that we had put in, right? Or a couple thousand more. So we got 2 skills and a perk. What we're gonna do with skills is I focus. You guys do what you want. I focus on ambusher first in skills. I go to ambusher. My main goal when I'm new is this guy right here, sight spotting. That means I can aim in with my rifle and spot them just like you do with the binos. So I do whatever I gotta do to get that unlocked first. And that is, let's go ahead and put 1 into this, because you gotta open this tier. Tier 1 is open now after putting 1 into tier 0. Then we're gonna fill this one up here. To get to this one, we have to have 5 total. So there's 3, there's 4, and then you can kind of decide, do you want one of these 2, which it's just about cents. It's not that great. Or you can get a little bonus on mission reward. I usually throw it in there, even though I don't do missions usually, but I don't use cents at all. So anyway, these things here help us out. We want to definitely use this, and then once we get the stalker, it'll give you even more. But this is going to reveal additional information about how aware the animal is of nearby threats. So that's we got to level that all the way up to get that. Now for our perks, we have 1 perk point, and like I said, sometimes I'll go to handguns, and the first one here is unlocks the ability to reload all weapons while running. We're not going to do that. I'm going to focus on getting us over here to breath control and steady hands. These 2 things are the most important for most new players. That's that bounce and that wobble and holding your breath, right? So we're going to focus on getting to that. To unlock these, we have to have at least 1 into this, and that's going to unlock the ability to ready your next shot without leaving aim mode for rifles and stuff, which is more for your bolt actions and stuff, because we're running a semi-automatic, but it doesn't matter. We got to do that to unlock these. This is decreasing the wobble and aim mode, and this one is decrease your heart rate penalty, you know, from exhaling, which reduces cooldown, yada yada, all that. You can see it there. So that's our goal there, and then our sight spotting. Those are our goals starting out. You guys, you know, things may vary, but it is 1400 on the map right now. Usually I'm faster than that because I got tents to pop through. So I think we're gonna go ahead. You guys get the point. We would have went another run and done the same thing. Those bodies will still be here as long as we don't leave the map. So we're gonna go ahead and fast travel back to our tent. We're gonna change time to 1701. That's gonna bring out the banting and the fox in time there, so we might have shots at those. depending on if it's a good fox, whether or not I shoot it with a 300, because I don't really care. We'll just get XP and money. It doesn't matter. But the banting can show up this way too. So we'll go ahead and fast travel down here. It's now 1700. Could have a whole different group. Now, if we'd have fast traveled back there without changing time, when we came out, there was probably a bunch of crocs laying here. I don't know if there is going to be now. And no. Well, there's something behind us too, it sounds like. You see what I'm saying? They'll just kind of stand there and let us have it. Shoot him right in the neck. Let him... Oh, we did not. See, that's why you don't want to... I shot him right under the neck. But we'll go ahead and take him in that lung. 2 shots, that'll work. We got one down there. We got a few down there. But if I wouldn't have changed time, I bet you there would have been even more here, possibly. Alright, let's run the coast one more time and show you guys what other things we might get. But you guys get the point at this stage, but I can show you how much more we might make just randomly. Never know. Those are my 2 favorite times. 1100, 1700 to run these things. And 1700, it's getting dark. But you get the banting, you can get a herd of banting. We'll see if we can't get one of them spooked up. I'm going to run this up, pick up any of the bodies we had from before, as well as getting some new ones. Now this is a part where we can see them and we know we got a tent here, so this is a pretty good spot back where I was at, so it might be even better to have the tent there, or at least a new tent, because we'll have plenty of money. But there's a fox, like we were talking about. See, we can just pop right out of here. Boom, look at all this. You just never know what's there. We got a whole pile of fox. Now there they go, the banting. Now if they're running down here along the beach sometimes, and you can take shots at them up there because they're pretty slow and lunky. But they'll get down here on the beach and run right beside you. It's kind of crazy. But we'll go ahead and take this fox. This is why we brought the 243. Even though it's the free ammo, it'll drill a fox pretty good. So we'll do that. And those 3 can run. But it's still money, still XP. This is why we kept it. It's free ammo, free rifle. Why not? Why not? We might even shoot him with the 300. Yeah, why not? Oh, see, and then you can just start popping these guys. See how they go to that trot? We can almost run alongside them. But that's XP. That's money, you know. Oh, he's just gonna stop right there. Okay. But yeah, pretty easy. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's gonna give us a trot. We'll take her too. Money XP. Ah, she's down. That male should go down, I imagine. Oh, another level. And that's a perk. And we want to go into rifles and get this increased duration before you need to exhale while holding your breath. Yes, please. It's all helping us quick, fast, and in a hurry. Level. Look at that. We got one deceased croc out there. We got this guy. We should have a tent on the other side, yeah. So once we shoot these, we can hop over there. One thing about the crocs, you will find diamonds grinding them like this. Lots of rare opportunities to get. There we go. Might be a few of them there. Look at these guys. Just all over it. Oh, there's a non-legendary, guys. We don't know the trophy ready because we're too young. We might have our first diamond on our second pass. See what I'm saying? A non-legendary. Well, we gotta keep going to get over there, don't we? That's crazy. We don't want to spook him. Let's get a marker on him so we don't shoot too far. Alright, he is calm, resting, sitting real pretty. Oh, he's attentive. Alright. Let's go ahead and rest ourselves. If we can creep up over this hill, because I don't want to have to stand and shoot him. If he does make dime, we'll just put him in the save. I'll show you how to save him, because we do not need him, because I'm not keeping this account like this. Going back to my old profile. Obviously, so there we go. We're gonna take a nice safe shot in case he is a diamond. That'd be pretty fun. Bang. We'll get rid of him like that. Let's see how far he makes it. We don't know his health. Oh, there's his health. We do have health. He's about to die right there. There we go. Let's grab this one and we will pick him up. We got a Bantang over there. Might be able to get a good shot on him. Alright, you think we got a diamond or a troll here, guys? What do you think? We couldn't tell because we don't have an estimate. So, we're too little. Let's find out. Did we get a diamond on this? No, we got a troll right there. 1002, and they got to be 1015. But nice to see a non-legendary either way. We got a double lungs right there for him. But we'll take his money. 1586. 9 ledge. Let's go. And a level up from him. Thank you, sir. And we'll put that over here in ambusher and level that one more. We are a level 8 and we got bodies to pick up behind us. Plus potentially stuff in front of us. Our Banting's in the water. Alright, we picked all these up at the end. Let's go ahead and change time just back to daylight, you know? And then we're going to hop to each tent and see if any bodies are near them. I'm not going to get them all, but we might not see them all. But I know there's some up around some of these tents where we shot from. So, and again, you can look at the map and kind of tell where the hot spots are for now, but this pressure's already gone, things like that. So not seeing any up here. There should be a couple around this corner. It'd be good to have more tents for sure. We'll find it. We'll run down here and look. Here's one. I thought we had a couple over here, but I guess not. We only had the one. All right. One. That 9 was over there. So let's go to the next tent. See if we can see anything around here. We do have a fox, I think, laying up in the trees with this shot with a 300. Oh me. See what I'm saying? Look at this. What we got? We can sit here and make money. But I can't. I want to see what we got in the 2 runs. I'm not going to shoot any of y'all. Y'all can go away. What we got over there? Another one. See what I'm saying? You can just pop into the tents. The more tents you put out, the more you can just pop out. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, you're going to attack me, of course. We've already got plenty of money to, there's a dead one. Not 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 a dead one. That's the left side. What's over here? Dead one. Alright, cool, cool. Not dead. See? Not dead. Another one. You see what I'm saying? This is crazy. It's so much fun, guys. It is so much fun to do these. Alright. They're just everywhere. It's just a shooting gallery. I'm telling you, it's a shooting gallery. If you want to have fun, legit fun, play the game, but come shoot stuff, right? And not find a glitch or something to give yourself an edge and ruin your experience for yourself in time. And this is absolutely it. Having a good time with these crocs. It is a lot of fun. It's very chill and relaxing. You practice shooting, you get better at shooting and squatting, and you don't have to stress about it. They're always going to be here. You don't have to look for them, and then you can improve your hunting skills later. Get better at it, you know, at the game, and enjoy the game. Which I will leave you guys a little bit with this. If you're new to the game and you've listened this far, take this advice. You're going to see everyone doing crew grinds. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. You're going to see everyone doing grinds, not the crew grinds. That's what we do. But you're going to see people grinding for great ones. I suggest don't focus on that. Enjoy the game. Look at all these crocs. They're everywhere. Literally everywhere. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the hunt. Because once you start grinding, it really takes away that part of the game. I keep it up for myself because I'm in Facebook groups that do competitions for different species, different weapons, things like that. And that keeps the game alive for me in that sense, besides doing the grinds and stuff for great ones, which is absolutely fun in its own. But new people get caught up in that and they just feel like that's the only thing to do, and that is not what the game was meant to be originally, you know? So enjoy all of the game the best you can. That is just my advice. But here we go. We got $55,000, 2 trips up the beach. That's it. 2 trips, $55,000. We're at level 8. We've got, you know, all those, well, 4 skills and 4 perks, and right? How many do we get total? 4 skills, and we've entered 3 perks. Yeah, we're 1 off of that. That's right. Or next perks coming up. So 4 skills, 3 perks, 2 trips through. That's it. Didn't take very long at all, especially once you got the tents. But 55 grand plus another 10 to 15 for what we spent on bullets and everything. So you can buy, you know, a couple more tents already, and all we did was 2 trips. 2 trips, almost had a diamond, and that is crazy right there, guys. So there you go. Emerald Coast. Come from the start, get over here, put your tent down, run it, shoot them, leave them lay, get to the end, work your tents the best you can, fast travel back, do it again, change the time to 1700, do it again, you know, all you want, keep changing time, and keep making money, making XP, have fun, enjoy the game in a really laid back way to level yourself up, get your skills up, get those perks up, and get your actual skills of you playing on the game. So I really appreciate you all staying this long into the video. It means a lot. I haven't done a kind of a tutorial type video in a long time, but so, like I said, people on the live streams come by and they want help. Now I've got a link I can give them for this video, and those of you that found it other ways, I appreciate you finding the video. But back to the live streams we'll go, and hopefully this will help some of you guys get started and you enjoy your time here in the Hunter Call of the Wild, one of the best games I've ever had the privilege to play in my life. It has been awesome. I love this game, so I hope you guys do too, and this will help you get a good start if you're able to get those DLCs. But there's all kinds of ways to start yourself out, but this is definitely my go-to now anytime I start a new account. But if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to stay notified. Shoot the like button to help others find the channel. If you didn't, thank you for watching this long, but back to work on our next video. Until then.